explain this to us, but we're here for some school roof business.
Yes, we have the ban, the short-term borrowing.
Yes.
To do. I'm gonna let you
So,
take it from here.
in June, we had borrowed 600,000 to start the project, and then in October, we borrowed another 650,000.
Hi, yes, you are being recorded tonight.
Okay.
Alright.
All right, thank you.
One sec, let me just.
Yep,
So this meeting is being broadcast live potentially and video recorded. Please know that, everybody. Okay.
so we had borrowed 600,000 in June, 650,000 in October for the project, and those bonds are coming due in January 26th. And because we haven't they haven't audited the project yet, we cannot do a permanent borrow. So we are going to do another ban for 1 year, and we're figuring by the end of 1 year that audit should be complete and we should be able to do a permanent borrow at that time, which back and forth with emails with Ryan, we will then also add the remaining balance of the fire truck to the school roof together and do it as one large borrow.
Are we worried?
Are we worried?
Are we worried at all that there's gonna be some sea change in rates or anything like that for this sort of thing, or?
I'm concerned, but we can't really do anything until
I
that
know.
audit is done.
I know.
We did get a 0.43% interest rate on the 1.25
So not that worried.
mil
Yeah.
for the 1 year, but they're saying interest rates are gonna go up this year, so we can always, if we decide and we start to see them go up in the end, they finish that audit, we can always pay this off early, do the permanent
Okay, that's good to know.
bond before that 1 year period, so the 1 year is the maximum.
And just the ultimate term will be what, years wise?
20,
20 or 30.
Okay, so that'll matter. I mean, if it goes up,
Yeah.
if we're seeing it trend,
yeah, it's gonna be,
Yeah, even if it's such a low percent on 1 million, it's still over 20, 30
Yeah.
years gonna make a
Yeah.
big
It'll be a
difference,
bunch.
so.
yeah.
okay.
And I mean, I wouldn't think the federal government would go from
No,
0 to
I know.
30 in
No,
no
I know.
time, so hopefully the interest rate is still
No.
only 1-2%
Yep.
at that time.
Okay.
So I have loan docs for you to sign.
Oh
Okay.
yay, we all have to sign?
Alright, so do we have to, this says approve the bid results of the bond anticipatory note and sign the authorization document, so that's sign the authorization documents. Do we have to approve some bid results?
So the lowest bidder was Greenfield Cooperative Bank.
Right,
And what was that interest rate again?
it was 0.43%.
Practically interest-free loan.
Just giving it away.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Alright, so we should make a motion on that though, to
Yes,
approve that,
please.
okay.
How do you want it?
That's not on there, so, the bank again? Greenfield,
Greenfield.
Motion made to approve and sign all documents associated with the borrowing and to accept Greenfield Cooperative Bank's bid as the lowest responsive bidder.
so Greenfield Cooperative Bank.
What he said.
Sounds good. So motion made,
I'll make a motion.
Second that.
any discussion? No, all in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Unanimous, okay, okay, so we'll sign. How many are there?
There
They
are,
all-
I believe there's 5.
I'll do bottom, cause mine is yucky. And right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Match that, and then, that's that.
These are all the bank copies, so.
Okay. Just all the same stuff, over and over?
Yep, there's 3
Okay.
copies of that.
Gotcha.
One for us, one for Greenfield Bank, and one for Unibank, who is our fiscal advisor.
This one, no.
This works, right?
Yep, they all say who they're, who on the top.
Yep.
There we go.
I appreciate it.
Sorry. Got totally unprepared.
I don't usually give them pen back.
Yeah, wow.
It's a ton of hundreds.
Yeah, I
have a
know,
bunch
it's-
of them
it's-
in my
I have-
office
yeah.
I have a bunch of them in my office
Yeah.
at work. I'm like,
I count them.
swiped it again.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, these are nice pens though, you
Yeah, I
know.
know.
They got the little stylus thingy. They actually work halfway decent too, so it's a smaller one. Some of them are horrible, those stylus things. We have to do this all again on, next Monday.
Simon Windows?
No,
Oh.
another meeting. All get to join together in a band of select board members. Do official things.
Did people, were there the public here last Monday at all?
We have
Kinda,
one, just one
yeah.
person.
Yeah, there was,
Gentleman who wanted to know
my
about the.
dinghy dash went up.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Off the top of my head, shoot. Yeah,
He was mainly interested in the Kraus flood.
yeah, he was,
Chris Rose.
huh? No. He was asking about, the land. Well, he
Chris
wasn't.
Road.
Oh, Cruise Road, yes.
Cruise
Yes.
Road, I said.
Yes, Cruise Road,
He said Kraus.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to remember,
Tatton property?
yeah, the Tatton property, but,
He was curious if there was any state land or what, or if we had anything, you know,
yeah, he,
abutting it.
because if it adjoined and there's, you know, if there's a master plan, if the town was willing to buy lands, but it'd be a long-term deal,
Yeah.
you'd have to look at properties, so if they came up, if they adjoined acreage that was already set aside for DCR or a town of Hubbardston or whatever, North County Land Trust, if it all went together, then it would make sense to possibly buy that parcel for to try to keep the tracks together and to try to make outlets, especially if it comes to the you know, to the road's edge and, you know what I mean, like that kinda stuff.
But it was
So,
all, nothing,
yeah, no,
came
that,
to nothing.
that
because
didn't, no.
all the paperwork showed that, point of fact, it was a moot point, you know.
Mike Stoll, there you go. Mike Stoll.
Alright,
It's
so,
gonna drive me nuts. if
I
look
could
at
tell,
him.
I was just like giving you your time. So next item, Roman numeral 3, matters not reasonably anticipated by the chair. I mean, I don't have any pressing ones. Does anyone else?
I have a quick follow-up. So at the last meeting, David, you said the Board of Health was meeting the day after our meeting and they were gonna talk about if there were any recommendations from them relative to,
They made no recommendations.
So just to finish that thought, so people who
Oh.
can't read
Oh,
minds.
sorry.
the rest of the thought. We had talked about at the last board meeting, there was discussion amongst the board, David, relative to whether or not we should be looking to have, the building close to the public again to, reduce, possible transmission. There was actually a doctor, someone in the audience, I think
Mike's
was a doctor. Okay. He had mentioned that, you know, he didn't think there was any increased potential exposure to a town employee wearing a mask, having someone come into the public. It was more longer, exposure to kids at home and so forth, people
Going to
outside, not the public coming
Yeah.
in to transmit it.
Wow, not to throw
Okay.
Walmart under the
But we had
bus.
asked, David was following up with the Board of Health the next night, and apparently there was no additional recommendations, so
Yeah,
no
they
action.
accepted the doctor's recommendation, so.
Okay,
that's
so
where
they
we
just
are.
didn't change anything. Okay.
We're still
Alright, anything else, from anyone else?
Yes,
What do you got?
so the ARPA committee is talking about, the Lombard Road project. Do we have a fixed cost for that in 2022? Do we know how much that would cost? And is it a project that could get done in 2022? If the ARPA committee pushed it through and got approval from the select board within the next 2 weeks?
So, there's been a number of attempts to, take care of Lombard Road, a couple of grants that were written that weren't funded. The grants would have required additional landscaping and other treatment of the area, and that drove the price up to about $1 million. The more reasonable price is somewhere around $500,000.
Right.
Alright,
that's something we pay 100% out of pocket.
Yep.
Bring on a contractor. Do we have a quote for that?
We don't have a quote for that.
Well,
We'll
let me
have
jump in real quick. We're gonna have to get updated. I think 650 might be more applicable. So, you know, Travis, and I'm just, cause I live it with paving rates and all this sort of stuff, everything is flying,
Yeah.
skyrocketing. So, we may have one, he may have one, but it's nothing. It means nothing now. He needs to probably get a new one or get a new estimate. So if that's something you want him to do, we can have Travis do that.
Yeah, that's something I want done soon.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll let him know, cause I dealt with him before on it, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Okay, cause I'll give him, just make sure I'm clear, cause I can go with the same thing, so
Yeah.
I'll do that.
And if you know, we dot our i's and cross our t's, is that something that could be done this year?
Absolutely. I
Usually
mean,
goes
assuming it's
bid
what's that?
spring. It usually goes bid round spring.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could do it.
Good. I think ARPA's gonna have a meeting coming up here shortly, and
Next week, we're just waiting to see what people's availability is on Tuesday or Thursday.
Okay, so I'll tell Travis by the end of the week then if he could get me something, and then I'll distribute it to you guys.
perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think that would be great to have that project behind you, so you can focus in on other things that are strategic and important.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of different committees that feel that way. You feel that way. I feel that way. Ryan feels that way. Mike Stoddard, what's the committee he's on? What did he say?
Capital.
Capital.
Yeah.
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 They feel that
Anybody
way.
who drives down that road feels
Feels
that
that way. Well, the gentleman who was here said he lived on
Yeah,
Lombard,
Mike
so
Stoll, yeah.
gave us 2 cents also. Good. No, that's great. Yeah, that's all I got.
I think it's a good idea too. You know, it's been on the radar for a while. We've been trying. So, all right. Anything further on that item? No. Okay.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second
Okay.
it.
Not debatable. It is
It's the quickest meeting ever.
6:42. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Yes. Sounds good. See you Monday.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
What do you got in there?
Next meeting is when?
Monday.
Seven.